Welcome to a 319 Sports video. I'm your host, Ian Fleischman, and today we're going to be discussing the Steelers post-NFL draft, rounds 1 through 3. So first off, we have Devon Bush at pick number 10. I'm going to be discussing what we gave up, was it worth it, and will it pay off? So here's what we gave up. We gave the Broncos our 20th pick, our 52nd pick, and we gave up a third round in the 2020 draft. And in return, we got the 10th pick, and we picked Devon Bush from that. So was it worth it? That's a huge question that I've seen everywhere posted by Steelers Nation. I've even seen other people from other teams ask us if it was worth it, and when that comes up, I'm just like, stick to your team, bro. But I'm gonna say yes, because we all know that the Steelers aren't going to be making any big free agent signings for inside linebackers. It's too late for that anyways, and we also know that the Steelers never really go all out in free agency. So, but back to the topic at hand. We've been hurting without Shazier, and our defense hasn't been the same since then. When we had Shazier, we had a leader, we had a playmaker, we had a player with a high football IQ, just very high. Quickness, hard hitter, he was great against the run, and he could also shut down in coverage. That's something we haven't seen for a while. But Bush is going to bring back every single one of those aspects to this team. We will get our leader, and he will help us get back on track to win our division. And the reason I didn't say get us back on track to win the Super Bowl is we got to win the division first if we want to have a good chance to have a run for the Super Bowl. So I think, that's the goal right now. Let's win the division. All right, so next we have Deante Johnson, wide receiver from Toledo. And I guess we could all remember that we also picked another wide receiver who turned out to be really good, but he was also from the MAC. And I think that the Steelers realized that maybe this guy had the same tangibles and skills of Antonio Brown, and they liked it. I just really hope that he doesn't really turn out like Antonio Brown. Steelers Nation will get what I'm saying. We don't want another Antonio Brown, another diva. But from what I heard, that this kid, Deante Johnson, he's a great route runner, and he was coveted by other teams, and other teams were actually pretty mad at the Steelers for picking him. So I think if we made other teams mad, that's a win for us, because obviously they wanted him, and we're just, ruining their day, and maybe it'll ruin their season. That might be a long stretch, but, I think it was overall really good pick. Steelers, they have a great history at picking wide receivers. JuJu SmithSchuster, Antonio Brown, not going to touch on that. Martavis Bryant, not going to touch on that. Emmanuel Sanders, yeah, you get my point. It was worth it. So just to touch a little more on Deante Johnson and what role he will play, he played mostly slot at Toledo in college. I expect the Steelers to use him at slot again, even though JuJu is he excels at the slot position. I think here's the confusing part for me. Comment below if you sort of have a gist of how the Steelers will approach the whole rotation for who will play what at wide receiver. But I'm just going to give you my top 6 wide receivers for the Steelers right now, because honestly there's a lot of talent there right now, and I just don't really know who else is going to make the depth chart, the 53-man roster, or stay on the practice squad. But here's my top 6 for right now. So we got JuJu, we got Donte Moncrief. Third, I'm going to put James Washington. Fourth, I got to give it to Ryan Switzer because he really stepped up and he did a lot for the Steelers last year. Fifth, Eli Rogers, and last I got to give it to Deante Johnson. So here's the thing. I know you all are probably like, well, why is Ryan Switzer above Eli Rogers? I just need to see that Eli Rogers is officially back into the form that we saw him dominate at. Because he was an amazing number 3 receiver a couple of seasons ago. And if he gets back to that shape, shoot, he's my third favorite receiver on the roster, maybe even second. But anyways, let's move on to the next one. So at pick 83 in round 3, the Steelers took Justin Lane, cornerback out of Michigan State. Justin Lane really reminds me of Richard Sherman, very physical cornerback. He's 6'3", 185 pounds. Richard Sherman is 6'3", 195 pounds. I'm not saying that makes him the comparison of Richard Sherman. It's just that their play style is very much alike, and I think this was honestly the steal of the draft for us. A lot of people might say Sutton Smith was, and I agree. He was a steal definitely, but Justin Lane was a maybe mid to late second round grade. That's what a lot of scouts gave him. And we all know the Steelers, they could have used the first pick, the 20th pick, on a cornerback. And we also saw who dropped to the second round. We saw that Byron Murphy, he dropped to the second round. Greedy Williams was probably going to go second round anyways because a lot of people was saying he was garbage after his combine and pro day and all that stuff. And I mean, I don't really buy into that. I think he's going to pan out just fine. It's just that his tackling could use some work. Back on topic though, I think Justin Lane, he is going to bring skill right away to the position. He is definitely a player that could be a diamond in the rough immediately or a player that could be excelling greatly immediately. It all depends on, if he brings that worker's attitude. If he really works hard this season, he could be the best cornerback on the team maybe. We all know that Joe Hayden is not getting younger, and it's sad because I thought he might come here and have like 2 Pro Bowls by this time. And I'm not saying he has underperformed. I'm just saying that, man, when we got Joe Hayden, he was one of my favorite cornerbacks in the league. So I was like, oh, shoot, man, he's going to excel, man. He's going to be the best cornerback in the league. And, he's the best cornerback on the Steelers. That's all I can say. But, yeah, I'm very excited about Justin Lane. He's a steal. Oh, man, he's going to really help our secondary. So far at secondary, we have I'm going to list the reliable guys. Joe Hayden. We got Steven Nelson, I think, is going to be very reliable. Mike Hilton, oh, man, he's awesome. I hear they might move him to free safety, though, but which wouldn't be a bad move. And then we have Justin Lane. I think we're really good there. Cameron Sutton could step up. I think he's the fifth best option. Sorry. Can't speak right now. Fifth best option for us at cornerback. But yeah, I think that's our cornerback loadout, and I think it's looking very solid. Definitely compared to years in the past. I think our days of the secondary just dismantling for no reason are over. It might take a little to progress to the level that we want to see, but I think the leaky corner situation / secondary situation might be at the end for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But anyways, I wanted to thank you all for listening to this 319 Sports video. Tune into the next video. I can't really say when it's going to be. It just depends on whenever school is going to allow me to have some free time. But thanks for watching this video, guys. Subscribe, share this video, like the video, turn on notifications so that you could be the first to see these videos. Comment what you thought about this podcast / video. I don't really know if it's a podcast yet. Might turn it into one, but yeah, just thank you all for listening. I really want to get this up and running and just bring a lot of content to you all because I love football and I love talking about it and I love the Steelers. But I'm not only going to be covering the Steelers, I'm going to be covering all of the NFL, even college. But thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day.